Hi, it's James. I'm like everybody else. I hate waking up on Friday morning thinking it's Monday morning, then brushing my teeth before realizing it's actually Thursday, and by that time, I'm already 10 minutes late to class. In times like this, I suggest running. Instead, I was... well, shit. And that, my friend, was a double entendre. Point is, I'm like everybody else. I wake up, go to sleep, and love Ted Lasso. I mean, there's so many reasons to love Ted Lasso, from the characters, to the stories, to the jokes, to the serious moments. The show is the definition of a comedy with a heart and some. There are moments I can be laughing out loud, and other moments I'm just, sad. Because the show makes you feel many different things, and that's good. The show just makes me feel things I don't usually feel from comedies such as 30 Rock or The Office. Both are funny and I love them, don't get me wrong, and both have serious and heartwarming moments. But I don't know, Ted Lasso just hits me in the feels, sends me good, motivational, thought-provoking thoughts that come through brilliant writing and delivery from the cast. Honestly, the show got so many Emmy nominations for a reason. I like to think that the show, Ted Lasso, causes an effect on people, make people like me feel a certain way. And I call that tickle the Ted Lasso Effect. Hey, some people may call it a disease, some an addiction, I call it the Ted Lasso Effect. Ted Lasso I can't compare to other shows. And now here are 3 reasons I like Ted Lasso and why I think it's different from most other TV shows. And remember, this is my opinion, so don't at me. Number 1, the characters are not who you think they are. When you meet Roy Kent, you think he's gonna be a grouch, and I mean, he is. But he is one with a heart. Or when you first meet Rebecca, to how she is at the end of season 1, heck, she is so different by the end of season 2. The characters are evolving and changing in ways you would not expect. 2, the special episodes. Not only did Ted Lasso season 2 give us one of the best recent Christmas episodes in recent memory, and that's not coming just from me, so ha! But honestly, the Christmas episode is filled with that fantastic Ted Lasso joy and happiness. But the other special episode, which is a bottle episode focusing on one Coach Beard, is also great as it's inspired by Martin Scorsese's After Hours, and I just love that movie. So this episode of After Hours Ted Lasso-fied just made me happy. 3, the writing. As a filmmaker, if you didn't already know, I feel like plots are very predictable in most movies. Unfortunately, TV shows and movies a lot of the times are predictable, and I can guess most of the time how they wrap up. Most recently, I felt this way with the most recent Venom movie, don't at me. Point is, in Ted Lasso, I'm guessing where the plot is going to take me next, and then my guesses are wrong, and I'm usually not happy when my guesses are wrong, but this time it's an exception. Also, a quick shout out to the music selection. I have so many tracks from the show on my playlist, and they are bops. I will never say the word bops again. So yeah, the show is great for those reasons, and those are the reasons I came under the Ted Lasso effect. But I know I'm not the only one. Hello, stranger!
Hello there, Ted Lasso here. Can I get you some chocolate? I don't have any biscuits.
Nick, identity theft is no joke. You were Dwight last Halloween, you should know this.
Oh, Dwight Schmite. Nick, more like Lit. That's what the kids are saying nowadays, right?
Oh, god damn it, sit down. Okay, hold this. Okay, are you or are you him?
Him.
That's it. You have a condition.
I thought that was an effect.
What?
Ted Lasso effect. You know, it's contagious. Like a cold. Cold, nothing worse than a cold except for a couple of hecklers. You know? Or a couple of no-good drummers, you know, when you're trying to sleep. See a bunch of drummers outside your house?
You can't have the Ted Lasso effect. I made it up for a dramatic effect, like an American.
Which American? 1981 or 2021?
2100, but that's not the point. Now, who are you?
Nick?
Thank God. Well, that didn't go well. I thought him talking in a Ted Lasso voice the past 2 weeks was just a joke. I'm sorry to any kids who saw that. Well, addiction's not a joke, and somehow people know about the Ted Lasso effect. I guess that just proves the point that I need to become better at patenting my thoughts before I say them. Probably a good idea. The point is, Ted Lasso is a show that makes an impact in people's minds and is different enough from other TV shows to really stick out to be something to behold. But seriously, it should not cause Nick to try identity theft. The theft should not go that far. Hi, it's James, and if you're like me, you have... Damn, I dropped my iPhone and it's now broken. Probably should have not done 2 shit jokes 2 episodes in a row, but the iPhone is great. Although maybe not the most powerful phone anymore.
Trying to fire you piece of shit.
Ahem, sorry, the pure Apple consumer me wants me dead for saying that about the iPhone, but I was able to control him. The iPhone is great, and as I said, I am a big Apple fan, and I would like to imagine what the best iPhone would be, a dream iPhone if you will. I will do this without knowing about the tech that would make this phone reality, but let's be honest, it will happen one day. Let's go. Number 1, the notch. No more notch. Jesus, looking at the notch is the equivalent of looking at the sun. Okay, but in all seriousness, removing the notch would make for a cleaner design. It would honestly be cool if the camera and all that Face ID stuff was just under the screen. Okay, this next part would be insane and impossible to do, but I don't believe in a god, so here it goes. What happens if the back cameras did not stick out from the back, like the iPhone 5 design? The cameras were like in the phone itself. It didn't like pop up. It was just cleaner. So why can we find a way to go back to something like that, huh? I want the iPhone to look like a flat brick, essentially. Number 2, the chip. I think it would be cool if Apple used their M1 chip in their iPhones. They are in iPads, so why not iPhones? Then make it so you could plug, I don't know, Thunderbolt 3 into it and plug it into a monitor and use it like iPad OS with a keyboard and mouse and everything. A literal computer in your pocket. Microsoft will shit their pants. Number 3, the battery. Battery life. 1, make an iPhone that is truly 24/7 battery, like actual all-day battery. Apple says their products are all-day battery life. The iPhone stay charged during the day, but not during the night. That's where they get you when they mean all day. They mean daytime, I call foul. Also, I want Apple to have fast charging in which you could fully charge your phone via MagSafe in 30 minutes. If you could charge a new 2021 MacBook Pro in 1 hour via MagSafe 3 fast charging, I think you could charge an iPhone something way smaller and less, because that's science. Number 4, and my final point, oh my god, please bring back Touch ID. Like, how is it on the recent iPad mini? Like, I don't know why they got rid of it. I always thought Touch ID was better. I'm guessing if it does come back, it will be in addition to Face ID. But Face ID is not easy to do in a pandemic. Like, you get yelled at if you take your mask off for a second inside and use Face ID because you're not wearing a mask. Like, I'm not the Ebola freaking monkey. Listen, I get it, wear my mask, but it's just for the Face ID. Typing a password with my fingers, that takes work, and I'm lazy. And those are the 4 things I think should be added to the iPhone. Of course, these are physical changes to be made, nothing about iOS system improvements. That would be a completely different video. And yes, I know I did not mention much improvement in the camera quality because Apple improves it each year, and me mentioning that feels redundant. All in all, I love the iPhone, even though it's not the most powerful phone out there anymore. However, these 4 changes I think could make the iPhone a literal dream, not to get confused with a dream in which I thought of this idea, because I had this iPhone, but I woke up and I was mad. Hi, it's James, and wow, it's the holidays. It's that time of year when everybody screams at their TV when they see the same kids singing Jingle Bells in the same commercial 10 times in a row. The holidays are exhausting. When people think about the holidays, they mainly think of Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, and Christmas, right? Well, here is what I think it is, and how it should be marketed, so listen up or I will throw my TV at you. And don't think I won't. First off, I think Halloween is a holiday and should be considered part of the holiday season. It's just so festive, just as much as Christmas, just more creepy. Not to say I think advertising for Christmas should start before Halloween. I mean, holy shit, why do stores start selling Christmas stuff in October? I'm looking at you, Target. Have some sense of humanity. Like, here on the East Coast in fall 2021, it has been pretty warm up until the end of October, early November. Don't make me think about Christmas before the date of November 10th. Up until November 10th, we celebrate another holiday, Election Day, which we let extend from whatever the first Tuesday is into November from the 10th to let the Democrats and Republicans scream a little bit and cry. And hey, you need something to fight about during Thanksgiving, right? So post November 10th, it's okay to do holiday shopping commercials. Then we have Thanksgiving. The turkey, the arguing, the uncle officially stating his second divorce at the dining room table with everyone there, including his soon-to-be divorced wife, Janice. Yeah, I like the usual Thanksgiving shenanigans. That's still my version of the holiday season. But for God's sakes, no shopping on Thanksgiving, please. Just don't open stores until the next day, and I don't mean fucking midnight, because it does not matter when they open. All Best Buy stores will look like this, and people at Target will be playing an extremely violent version of the Hunger Games in real life to get that last 4K TV. And if I may, I feel like that's a bit of a sad thing to kill over nowadays. Like, there's 8K. Now, there is an argument to kill over that, but let me make it more enticing for you. It's an 8K TV, but it's one of those curved TVs with the curved edges, you know, to enhance the viewer experience. And oh my god, I would kill for that. Besides that, I leave the killing and shopping for Black Friday, which should start no earlier than 9 a.m. in the morning, since most people will be hungover after that argument they had with their grandpa about gender politics. Yeah. So then Black Friday continues, and we have Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, you know, the usual shopping holidays. Now, I also think it's an acceptable time to start playing Christmas and holiday music at this time. Of course, there are different holidays as well. Hanukkah, which usually happens somewhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And if I may, Hanukkah should always be accompanied by a marathon of Adam Sandler singing all the Hanukkah songs from SNL. And don't at me, those are pure gold. There's also Kwanzaa and Boxing Day, and I put those together because they both start on the same day, December 26th. And a quick side note about Boxing Day, I know it's essentially a shopping holiday, but come on. Would it be awesome if we had a day where just a bunch of people boxed each other, especially at the end of the year, to get all that anger out before the start of a fresh new year? And also, for people like myself who are not as violent, shopping and watching it on TV would just be good enough. Just not Logan or Jake Paul. Please. Finally, the holiday season ends with the music and commercials on January 1st with the new year. December 31st is everyone's excuse to party before sticking to their New Year's resolutions. But let's be honest with Jess. Jess is not going to stop drinking after tonight. I said it because, really, how many people stick to their New Year's resolutions? Basically, nobody, right? I thought so. Continuing. And so, as of January 2nd, my version of the holiday season's over. What a ride. Well, it was very similar to the one we have in real life, but more structure, and it's supposed to make you a bit less crazy. Of course, when I wrote this episode and filmed it, I chose to listen to Christmas music, so I'm a hypocrite. Hey, it's James, and I love Netflix. Come on, it had The Office on it. Apple TV Plus, Ted Lasso, duh. Hulu has Attack on Titan. Peacock actually has The Office on it. Paramount Plus, it also has things, and there are too many streaming services. Why can I just watch all of iCarly on Netflix instead of just watching the first 2 seasons before realizing the other 3 seasons in the revival are on Paramount Plus? And then you have Hulu, which is owned by Disney. Then you have Disney Plus, which is also owned by Disney. Then you have ESPN Plus, which is also owned by Disney. What the fuck? Each company, under the current laws should be allowed only 1 streaming service. Not like 3, like Disney. So I'm gonna do something about this right now. I want to sue.
Okay, what makes you think I can help?
Well, your name tag says ask about my lawyer business.
The fuck do you want?
I want to sue Disney.
Do you want to be killed?
Well, I'll file life insurance first.
Why do you want to do this?
Because they have 3 frickin' streaming services, and that's too many. There are too many streaming services, so I thought it would be cool if I made an outline for what my dream streaming service would be like. I'm starting to think I have no social life. Let's get to the functions of the streaming service. First, it will need to be able to have multiple users. You can download episodes and movies and be able to skip the opening and closing credits as sequences and go right to that next episode. It took Peacock like a fucking year to implement that, and that is how I got addicted to the Office theme song, because I cannot just skip it. It felt like a coke addiction, and I don't know what that feels like, but it felt like it. Talking about Peacock, they had one good idea, and that is their channel feature. I think it would be cool if a streaming service had channels with their content attached to them. So you could watch it like TV. You could have a comedy channel, a superhero channel, a sci-fi channel, no pun intended, this is a sci-fi channel, and an action channel, and way more. Other features I want is a season marathon mode in which opening and closing credits are cut and you can watch the whole season continuously. DVD and Blu-rays have a similar feature to this. Of course, like Netflix, I think the streaming service should feature the top 10 pieces of content that are currently trending on the site. But if it's like something like fucking Squid Games and it's trending like 30 million weeks in a row, it gets removed because fuck monopolies. Also, the streaming service should have subscription boxes like YouTube, in which you could subscribe to them and you get notified every time a new episode comes out. Streaming services do this, kinda, but Apple TV Plus is the only damn app that reminds me when a new episode of my show comes out. In other words, I always watch new Ted Lasso episodes on time, right when they come out.
Okay, these are some good ideas.
I know my worth, you just undermined me.
I will bitch slap you into next Sunday. But besides the point, this is not a good enough case to sue. Yes, most streaming services are crappy.
Yeah, fuck Quibi.
Agreed, but what content would you have? That's what makes or breaks a streaming service.
I know, I'm the idiot who owns Peacock just for The Office.
You, me, and the rest of the world.
At least I know I'm not the only idiot. When it comes to shows, we should have all of the classics. Of course, this is actually impossible because of streaming rights, but this is a dream streaming service, so it does not have to be real. But the content that would be featured on this streaming service should have special features attached to them. Like maybe documentaries on the making of that movie/TV show, especially if it's big. Kind of like how Marvel has that docuseries on the making of their Disney Plus shows. Or like how Peacock releases extended episodes of The Office with bloopers, exclusive online content, commentaries, and other cool stuff. The goal of my streaming service would be to make a home for all this content and make it the ultimate place to watch said content. That sounds great to me.
Okay, you do have a valid argument.
I know, I have ears.
But it's not going to work. You can't sue Disney. Don't you want to live a life?
I do what's best for me, goddammit.
That's it. I quit.
Joke's on you! I never hired you to begin with! Well, suing Disney failed. Even though they should just combine Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus and call it Death Star Streaming with Mickey Mouse ears attached. And making my own streaming service is impossible because it's impossible. All the shows I want on it are already taken by other streaming services, so yeah, it's a dud. And the only thing I got from all this is a hurtful bitch slap. Ow.